Hi everyone, Big Thinny Gas Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new 21 Savage and Metro Boomin album, Savage Mode 2. This is a brand new collaboration between Atlanta rapper 21 Savage and Atlanta producer Metro Boomin, colliding once again to follow up one of the most celebrated trap records of the 2010s, Savage Mode. Now, it's no secret I'm not particularly crazy about that one, though I do get it was pivotal in establishing 21 and Metro as the trap vets they are today. And there was certainly something to the cold-blooded, skeletal, and murderous sounds the album presented. Oh, but God, was it one-dimensional. Such a tedious listen, even with it only being just 32 minutes. But honestly, it's not something I'm dwelling on going into this new LP because artistically, Metro and 21 have grown quite a bit since then, proven by all the worthwhile projects they've dropped along the way. There's the impeccably eerie Without Warning with Offset. There's 21 Savage's I Am Greater Than I Was, where he was sounding more versatile and mature than ever. Metro's Gucci Mane crossover, Drop Top Wop, is easily one of Guap's best projects of the 2010s. There were some pretty impressive moments on Not All Heroes Wear Capes too. So basically, what I was hoping for going into this is 21 and Metro would take everything they've gained and put that into the Savage Mode experience, level it up. And I think that's what they did. Starting with actor Morgan Freeman narrating on multiple tracks here, the intro, numerous bumpers in between tracks, a pretty long interlude where he's detailing the street code in regards to snitches and rats, which in concept seems like a ridiculous or even an odd thing to add to a project like this. It actually brings an urgency and a seriousness to a lot of the topics that 21 Savage is spitting across this thing. But I gotta say, the biggest improvement that 21 and Metro bring to Savage Mode 2 is the versatility. To a degree, I think they're pulling out all the stops. We get improved and dynamic versions of the kind of tracks that could have made it onto the original Savage Mode. Runnin', SLIDIN, GLOCK in My Lap, where we get some really harrowing strings. It's all somehow darker and more grim than it was before, with lyrical standouts like y'all be smoking fake ops, we be smoking facts. 21's rapping comes off more dimensional on this project too. He is a bit more expressive in his own way, more willing to switch up his flows here and there. He shows off his absurd sense of humor with outlandish gun talk like Draco Bite, Mosquito, and all my Glocks got dildos. But while these highlights are here, we also get cuts that would normally seem out of bounds for a sequel to Savage Mode. Whether that be Mr. Right Now, which is a feel-good, super catchy sex jam. 21's flows and hook are really infectious on this one, though I will say his semi-monotone voice, it doesn't exactly convey lust, but he does come off softer in his own way, occasionally working in a witty bar or two like need TLC, we can creep if you want. The Drake verse on the back end fits the lighthearted mood of the track really well too, though that weird SZA bar he got in Hot Water for, and she had to respond, what a mess. Then STEPPIN is an amazing and totally unexpected 80s throwback. The beat on this one seemed just a little too specific, and yeah, it's pretty much the instrumental to Nobody Disses Me from Rodney O and Joe Cooley. From the synth horn lines, to the beat, to the chimey tones, yeah, it's pretty much the same instrumental. But what a pull, and 21 Savage really does his own thing over it, while also effectively illustrating how many parallels there are between his style and hip-hop's roots in the 80s. Sure, while over the years technology has impacted the sound of the genre, lyrics have gotten more explicit, production aesthetics have shifted, the posturing, the braggadocio, and the competitive attitude have maintained for decades. There's also Said and Done, where 21 Savage gets 21 sensitive over a glistening instrumental that also has an old school vibe to it. It's almost like an LL Cool J, I Need Love type beat. Lyrically, 21 Savage goes further into this story of cheating, heartbreak, betrayal, a reiteration of a lot of the narrative on the previous track, R.I.P. Love, but a lot more compelling this time around. Part of me feels like we could have done without R.I.P. Love altogether. The basic flows and open space 21 leaves at numerous points on this instrumental just leaves the track feeling hollow and a little stiff. In this particular moment, 21's very understated delivery doesn't exactly complement the drama the lyrics imply too, though I do admire the topical focus. Said and Done also gets deeper into 21's personal struggle coming up in music, and overall makes for a great send-off at the end of the record. Other highlights on this thing include Many Men, the eerie synth leads on this one, the smooth rushes of enveloping bass. 21's flows across this track are tighter than usual and vary quite nicely. I appreciate the 50 Cent nod toward the end of the song given the title. Then there is Snitches and Rats, which you can most likely guess what that's about. Putting snitches and rats in the dirt, portraying them as spineless, cowardly, untrustworthy, will sell their own mom and friends and brothers up the river. Hilarious, simple, and to-the-point hook on this one that just works. Plus that black Air Force Ones in the field, that's my cleats line, and Young Nudie on this track sounding more coherent than ever. Fantastic to see 21 crossing over with his cousin again. My Dog goes deeper into 21's backstory, into the dirt he did, the betrayals, feeling haunted by the friends he lost, and growing up with less than nothing in a way because he didn't even have a visa. He then goes on to address some of the teasing he's received over being born in the UK, which he does in about as gangster a way as possible. The instrumental on this one is full of dramatic pianos, simple trap beat. It's not too much, but it's not giving you too little either. The auto-tuned hook on this one is really tight too, that we pull up with brooms, we sweep the room. 21's singing on this record, while it's not great, it does provide some really sticky moments across the track list. For the last leg of this thing, we get tracks like Brand New Draco, No Op Left Behind, both songs that I think have good instrumentals, strong starts, but both of them are a little deficient in the hook department and drag on a little too long. With all of that being said though, I enjoyed this project quite a bit. I think it improved upon the sound and the style and the versatility of the original Savage Mode a lot. More detail, personality, dimensions, and variations, things I was just dying for on that first project. And while, yeah, there are some tracks I think I'm a little indifferent toward or are just sheer duds, there's nothing really here that wouldn't make me excited to listen to a Savage Mode 3. Feeling a light to decent 7 on this one. Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, 21 Savage, Metro Boomin, Savage Mode 2 forever.